Okay, so we're gonna start with the main riff of the song. We're gonna be doing that. So the first thing that we need to know is that the original track, the guitar, okay, on the original track, it's tuned half step down. Okay, so if we need to match the original recording, we will need to tune down the guitar. Now, if you use on standard tuning, it's gonna still sound good. There's no problem. The only thing is that you're not gonna be able to match the original track or play on top of the original track. So, well, the main thing right here, the most important thing, is the movement with this hand. It's kind of important. That's what we need to do. If you want to practice, you can do it that way first. If you don't know how to play in Stevie Vaughan type, so basically just pick from so just from down up and then up down. That's the movement. So what we need to do first, we need to go to the 7th of the D string. Okay. Now, when you pick the 7, you will need to not just play the 7 to play almost all strings, but the rest, the other strings, okay, not the D string, we need to play a dead note. So you can use one finger, and with the other fingers, you will need to cover the strings to put it on top of the strings. So they have to sound muted strings, okay? Then we play that note for all the strings. Same thing with the 5 of the D string. We play a dead note and then go to 7 again. Play that note again, and now what we need to do, we need to go to 7 and 7 of the B and the G string. And then we go to 5 of the B and 5 of the G. And we do the same thing. And we start again. Well, let's go. Let me play it on the original tempo. So notice that when I'm playing the 7, I'm doing a vibrato, okay? So I get more feel. Now that's the first variation, the main riff of the song. There's a different variation that we can do. We can do that. It's the same idea. 7, that note, 5, that note, 7, that note. Then 7 and 7 of the B and the G string at the same time, and then we play 5 and 5. So until that point, it's the same thing, but we need to let it ring. And what we need to do is just a vibrato, okay? And then when we start again, we don't go to 7, okay, on the D string. We just go to 5, and we continue with the same riff. That's moving. 7, 5, vibrato, 5, dead note, and 7, and we start again. Now, on the original song, throughout the verses, we need to do something else, which is. It's the same idea, the same thing we've been doing right here. The only thing is that we're gonna move it to the 12th of the D string, then that note, 10 of the D string, that note, 12 again, that note, and then we play 12 and 12 of the B and the G string, and 10 and 10 of the B and the G string. Okay? Now, and then we just go back to the original riff. It's actually pretty simple. The hard thing of this, it's is the synchronization of this hand is the most difficult thing of this. But once you got it, you will need to use it the whole time. Pretty much with Stevie. That's the trick with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now, after each section ends, we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna do that. So basically, we're just doing a bar on the E string, B, G, and D string. You can only play on the first, second, and third. But basically, we just that note, then from down up, that note, and down up. That's the movement. That note, and we just let it ring. And then we just go back to the main riff. Okay, so we're going to start with the main solo, and the first section we're going to do the following. We're going to be doing that. So what we need to do, and we're going to do a lot of this, pretty much through the whole solo section. We're going to use the 7th of the G string, 5 of the B string, and 5 of the E string. All 3 strings at the same time. Okay. Now, when we strike all the strings, we need to do a bend only on the G string. Okay. That's the main movement. Just first we do that, and then what we need to do a bar on the 7, and we're going to be doing a lot of this too. 7, 7, and 7, then 5, 5, and 5, back to 7 and 7, and back to 5. Then we're going to do that. So 7 on the D string, 5 on the D string, back to 7 on the D string, and we pick 5, 5, and 5. The next movement, we're going to do that. So it's on the B string and on the G string. We strike both at the same time. We pick both at the same time. And when we do that, we do a bend and a release. And then we do that. We do a bar on the 5th position of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And we just strike 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And then we go to 7 of the D string and 5 of the D string of the D string. Sorry, that's the movement. Let's go again. Then we repeat the same thing, the exact same thing. 5, 7, and 7, bend on the 7. Then 7, 5, 7, and 5 is the same thing we did before. Then again, same thing, 7, 5, 7 on the D string. And again, 5, 5, and 5 of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And now we're going to change it. We're going to do that. Again, we do a bar on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And we strike 5 of the 1st, 5 of the 2nd, 5 of the 3rd. And then when we reach the D string, we strike twice on the 5th position, and then 7 of the D string and 5 on the D string of the D string. Let's go again. Okay, so the next section. We're gonna do that. So same idea. 7, 5, and 5. And then we're going to do a bend on the G string, okay, like we did before. Then we go a bar on the 7, we strike twice, then one on the 5, 5 and 5, then back to 7 and back to 5. That's the movement. After that, we can go to 7 of the D string, and then we do that. 7 again of the D string, 5, 5, and 5, and back to 7. And And to finish that section, we do that. We go 5 of the E string, 5 of the B, 7 of the G. We do a bend on the G string. And after we do that, we strike 7, 5, and 5 twice. Then 5, 5, and 5 of the E, B, and G string. And we finish on the 7 of the D string. So all together will sound like this. Let's go again. Okay, so the next section. We're gonna do that. So we go 7 of the D string. That's moving 7 of the D string, 5 of the G string. And when we reach 7 of the G string, we do a bend. Then we strike 5 and 5 of the E and the B string. Then strike 5 and 5 of the E and the B string again. And then we strike 5 of the E string, 7 of the, 8 of the B string, 5 of the E string, and 8 of the E string, and we do a bend. Let's go again. And then we do that. That's moving. If we strike 5 of the E string, 5 of the B string, and then back to 5 of the E string. And then we do that. We're gonna go to the 7 of the G string. We do a bend on the 7, which is bend like going to 8. Then release, pull off back to 5, and then 7 of the D string, 5 of the D string, and 7 twice. Let's go again. And the next movement, we do that. We're gonna go, it's kind of an awkward move. We're gonna go to 10 of the E string and 9 of the B string. We strike both at the same time, and we're gonna do a bend on the B string. Okay? And then we're gonna go to 7 of the B string and 10, and we're gonna strike both at the same time, and on the B string, we're gonna do a slide to the 8th position. Then we're gonna go to 10 of the G string, and if you can, you will need to play 10 of the E string as well. Then we go to 7 of the G string and 5 of the G string. You can also play the B string too, okay? Let's go again. And then we go back to the main riff. Let's go one more time this section, and we move, and then move forward to the next one. I'm sorry. Let's go again. Okay, so the next movement. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go to 5 of the G string, we're gonna strike twice, and then we're gonna strike one more time on the 5th, and we're gonna do a hammer on to the 7th position. And then 5 of the G string, 7 of the D string, and back to 5 of the G string. And then we're gonna go again to 7 of the G string, we're gonna strike, do a bend, a bar on the B and on the E string, and we're going to strike 5 of the B, 5 of the E. Then 8 of the B string, 5 of the B string, and we're going to go to 7 of the G string, we're going to do a bend, a release, and a pull off to 5. Okay, let's go in slow tempo. And then we go 7 of the D string, 5 of the G string, 7 of the G string, and then 5 of the B string, and then we go to the G string and we strike twice on the 5th position. Let's go again. And then to finish that section, 7 of the G string and 5 of the G string. And we end it just like we did before. Okay, on the 12th position, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and if you want, the 4th. One more time. And then we just go back to the main riff. Now, this time we need to do to play the riff twice. We need to do 2 rounds of the same thing. So, which means that's 1 round, and the second one, and then the next section comes in. Okay, so the next section, after we finish with the main riff, we're gonna do that. So after we finish with the main riff, we do that. We're gonna go to 7 of the G string. We're gonna do a bend, and we're gonna strike twice on the 5th of the B string and 5th of the E string. Okay, then we're gonna go to 8 on the B string, 5 of the E string, 8 of the E string, back to 5, and then 8 of the B string and 5 of the E string. Let's go again. Let's go again. That's the movement. And then we're gonna do that. So we're gonna go to 7 again on the G string. We're gonna strike it, do a bend, a release, a pull off to the 5th position, then 7 of the D string, and we're gonna strike on the G string 5, 7. We're gonna go to 5 of the B string, 5 of the G string, and 7 of the D string. Let's go again. I would recommend to do a bar on the 2nd and on the 1st, on the 3rd on the B string, so you can play 5, 5 of the 3, and then go to D. Let's go again. And then what we need to do is we need to do that. Just 5 on the G string, 7 of the D string, and twice on the 5th position of the D string. Sorry. Let's go again. I'm sorry. Okay, so the next section. We're gonna do that. So when we are ending the other section, the previous section, in that way, what we need to do, we need to go to 7 of the G string, do a bend, and then you strike 5 of the B string, and then you strike B and E string on the 5th position, both at the same time. Then what you need to do, we need to go to the 8 of the B string, strike it, do a bend, and strike 5 and 5 of the E and the B string. Let's go all the section again. And then what we need to do is the same movement, 8, bend, and this time you strike twice on the 5th of the E string and the B string. And we're going to repeat the same movement twice. Let's go the whole thing again. Then you go 8 of the B string, you do a bend, 5 and 5. Then you go to 8 of the E string, you go back to 5 and 5. Then 8 of the B string, and then go back to 5 and 5. Let's go again. Let's go one more time. It's a little bit confusing, I know. And then we need to go to the 7 of the G string, do a bend, and then 5 and 5 of the E and the B string. And to finish this section, we need to go to 8 of the B string, do a bend, and strike on the 5th position of the E string twice. Let's go with the section again. Now, you can choose, right here you can choose, you can always only do and this is going to still sound good. I'm just doing 8 bend and then 5 and 5. You can do that. There's no problem. The original way is the other one, but if you cannot get it right, you can do that. You just bend on the 8 of the E and then on the bend on the 8 of the B string. And then the next section comes in. What you're going to do after we strike 5 on the E string twice, we're going to do kind of a slide to the 10th position of the B string, then 8 of the E string and 10 of the B string. That's moving. And then we're going to go to 10 of the E string. We're going to do a bend, a release, and a pull off to the 8th position. After we do that, we strike 8 again. We do a hammer on to the 10 of the E string, go back to 8 of the E string, and we finish on the 10th of the E string of the B string. Let's go again. One more time. One more time. Let's go the whole section again, and then we just move forward to the next one. Okay, so the next section. We're gonna do that, and we are near the end of the solo. After we end with the 10, the 10th position on the B string, what we need to do next is 8 of the E string, then we strike on the 10th of the B string. We do a pull off to the 8, and after that on the 8 we slide to the 5th. Okay, that's the movement. And then we strike on the 5th of the E string and the B string twice. After that, we need to go to the 7th position. We do a bend, a release, a pull off. Everything is on the G string. 7 bend, pull off to the 5th position, and go back to the 7 of the D string. Okay, that's the movement. Then we do that. Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna go to 5 of the G string, 7 of the G string, and the next movement is gonna be that. Okay, it's 5-7. We just did that, and what we need to do, we need to go to 7 of the G string and 8 of the B string. If you can, you need to go to 8 of the E string as well. All the 3 strings at the same time. And after 5-7, what you need to do is strike all at the same time, and you need to do a bend on the G string, on the 7th of the G string, and then do the release, strike 8-7 at the same time without the bend, and then 5 and 8, 5 of the G string, 8 of the B string, and then 5 of the D string, and if you can play it, 7 of the D string, 5 of the G string, and 8 of the B string, all 3 at the same time. Let's go again. I'm sorry. And then we'll repeat the same movement. 5-7, bend, 8-7, 8 and 5, and 7, 5 and 8. That's moving. go again. Okay, so basically we just do 2 rounds of the same thing. And then to finish that section, I'm sorry, we do that. We strike on the 5th position, 5, 5, and 5, on the E, the B, and the G string, all at the same time. We strike it, we do a hammer on to the 7 of the G string. We strike again 7, 5, and 5, then 5 and 5 of the G string, and 7 of the D string. And to finish that section, we do that. 7 of the D string, 5 of the G string, 7 of the D, 5 of the G, 7 of the G, and back to 5 of the G string. Let's go again. Okay, so the next section and the final section. We're going to be doing that. Now, we're going to use the E, the B, and the G string. Okay, only those strings for now. And we're going to go to 7, 5, and 5, and we're going to do a bend on the G string. And we did a lot of this previously. Then 7, 5, and 5, one time, all at the same time. Then 5, and then 5 again. Do a hammer on to the 7th position of the G string, and then go back to 5. Let's go again. One more time. The next movement, we're going to do that. So it's 5, the 5th position, do a bar, then 7, 5, and 5, and then we're going to do, we're going to bend it on the 7th fret, still playing 5 and 5, twice, okay? That's moving. Then 7, 5, and 5, then 5, strike 5 again, do a hammer on to the 7th position of the G string, strike 7 and 5 again, and strike 5 twice. Let me play in the real time so you can see how everything it's put together. One more time. Let me play everything on real tempo. And then we go back to the same riff, to the main riff. And we're gonna end it like that. We're just gonna strike 7 of the B and the G string, and then 5 of the E string, and 5 of the B, and 5 of the G. There's a silence right there, and then we just repeat the same thing. 7 and 7 of the B and the G string, and then 5. And then same thing, I guess. It's 3 rounds of the same thing. And that's pretty much about it with the solo. Then everything else, it's the same thing we did before with the main riff. Same thing. So if you got the previous part of this tutorial, you pretty much can play the whole song. Now the only thing that changes is at the end. At the end of the song, Stevie's just gonna stay on the 12, 12, and 12, and it's gonna play several times. The same thing we did before. And we're gonna end it on the 5, 5 of the B and the E string. Okay, you can use the G string too, no problem. Okay. And then the song ends with Stevie playing on the 12, 12, 12, 12, same thing, it's E. And then the song ends.